Welcome to Module 3. In this module, you will learn what user research is, the types of user research, how persona is linked with research, and customer journey mapping. So, what is user research? User research helps you design based on facts, not assumption. Like the word research states, you are diving in deep to understand the facts. You are diving in deep to get the actual interpretation of the information, not just generating it based on stereotypes, cognitive bias, or things that you might have seen somewhere but you did not have full information on. User research bridges that gap by understanding real needs, validating ideas, and it reduces redesigns. Because if you are designing based on assumptions, you are not actually meeting any real needs. So that is what user research is actually aiming to solve. So what are the types of user research? Qualitative research, which focuses on why users behave a certain way. And we have quantitative research, which focuses on how many users actually do these things. So I'll start with qualitative research. So what do the users do at this point in time? How are they behaving? What is their behavior? What are their feelings? What are the emotions? That is what qualitative user research aims to discover. So what are the methods of conducting qualitative user research? You do interviews, you do usability tests, and you conduct observations. Insights are often emotional or behavioral. That is the insights that you generate from a qualitative user research. So for quantitative, you use methods such as surveys, analytics, engagement metrics. So qualitative is mostly about things you can measure, things you can count, things you can rate. That is what quantitative research is about, so that you can know, you can show trends, you can show patterns, you can identify patterns that exist amongst users, amongst demographic. It helps you to narrow down your actual number of users and create a solution that is especially tailored towards them. What is a user persona? A user persona is a fictional character that is representing a user type. Now you've done your qualitative research, you've done your quantitative research. You have to use those insights to generate a user persona, which characterizes the user type. So what does a persona include? It includes demographic information, user goals, frustrations, behaviors, and motivations. These are what characterizes what type of user you are trying to serve. So there's a sample persona that you can use. It contains the name of the user, their age, their education, their hometown, family, occupation, things that they would usually say, the type of things, the type of person they are, their goals, their frustrations, everything that happens in their life. So it's not a large document, but it is succinct enough, it is simple enough for you to get a general knowledge of who your user is. Now, what is user journey mapping? User journey mapping is a visual map of the steps a user takes to solve a problem. Now, user journey mapping is outside of your product. It's not in your product yet. You are trying to understand what the user does on a point-by-point basis. How do they solve this problem? If they are using your product or not, how do they solve this problem? And what does a user journey map show? It shows touch points, actions, thoughts, pain points, and opportunities for improvements. So a user journey map contains things such as scenarios, expectations, different stage of the process, the steps they take, task lists, feelings, then improvement opportunity. These are the exact things that a user journey map contains, and it outlines the experience of the user for you to see. So for your class activity, this module, you have to conduct a 5-user survey. So you have to get 5 users and conduct a survey with them, you craft survey questions, and you send over to your sample users. You create 2 personas. Then you have to build a journey map, a user journey map, a proper user journey map. Compare.